What's up, guys? This is Jester, and welcome back to episode 8 of Until Dawn. Now, this has been one of my most favorited series to record. It's been the most fun, knowing that my actions will affect the outcome of the rest of the story. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And we jumped in at the perfect time.
What the hell's that?
That could be a lot of things. None of them nice.
Quit it.
Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
I've just been through enough spooking for one night, okay? I see a hot bath in my crystal ball. So have fun.
Oh, you do this! Jessica! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Shit.
There is one individual we're considering as a person of interest, but his whereabouts are currently unknown.
You know, there is still the old sanatorium on the mountain. Could he be hiding there?
Yes, he is. Let's go ahead and jump right back into it. I think this is the news article that we saw last time, but I don't think we were able to read all of it. No, wait, I want that back. Alright. If Mike's head wasn't in the way. I want to say that says reporter assaulted on Blackwood Mountain. In fact, wait a second. Let's go ahead and look what that actually says. This would be in the 1952 file. A newspaper dated in 1952 with a story about a reporter being banned from visiting a group of rescued miners. The reporter had his camera confiscated. The Alberta Post, the 9th of January, 1952. A reporter assaulted on Blackwood Mountain. Blackwood Pines AB-A. Reporter from Alberta Bugle was assaulted and hospitalized yesterday by security personnel at Blackwood Sanatorium. Chuck Bernstein, a senior news reporter, was seeking an interview with the miners dramatically rescued on Tuesday. The men had been trapped underground for over 3 weeks after the structural collapse at the Northwest Mine in December and are now being treated at Blackwood Sanatorium for malnutrition and trauma. Stay tuned, because this is really important. Otherwise, I would not be reading it. Jefferson Bragg, sole proprietor of both the Northwest Mining Company and the Blackwood Sanatorium, told the Bugle yesterday that the incident was unfortunate and that's a full internal inquiry had been launched. He also claimed that Bernstein had been trespassing on sanatorium grounds without permission. It is believed that the assault arose from an argument about Bernstein's camera, which was confiscated immediately prior to the attack. Ooh, it can almost send chills. I don't know if Alright, let me go ahead and read this as well, because everything from 1952 that you find is vastly important, you know, for progression of the story purposes. A note asking staff to prepare beds for miners who were rescued after the incident at the mine. The miners were brought to the sanatorium to recover. Memorandum, date 4th of January, 1952. To sanatorium staff, from Mr. Roosh. I'm going to go ahead and call him Roos. Rescue of miners. Be advised that the minor rescue is due to be completed tomorrow, the 5th of January, as the number of surviving miners is unknown. Prepare all beds in Ward A. The press shall be in attendance tomorrow. We must be seen to be giving the miners the best possible care. Note that press visitors are not to be allowed into the psychiatric ward. Failure in this regard would reflect badly upon Mr. Bragg and the sanatorium as a whole, and shall result in the on-the-spot dismissal. So that was from the 4th of January, and this is from the 9th of January. A batch of 30 clocking in cards from the mine locked away in the safe. This means there were 30 miners trapped in the mine. How many of them actually survived? Let's see the status on anything else. We found the broken camera that was confiscated. And I think that should be it, other than we got a new fortune totem. Which made no sense. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to it and resume the story without taking too much time up by reading. Right, we were left off going to the morgue. I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but I think mortuaries are creepy. I would never go into one willingly. Aha! Medical report. One of those guys actually tried to bite me. I'm going to report it to Dr. Bowen. Ooh, let's see the medical report. Again, more reading. But, like I said, from 1952, everything is important. Miners rescued from the mine were healthier than expected, although some had exhibited reintegration problems. Sorry. Update. The report mentions 12 miners, but there were 30 clocking in cards retrieved from the mine. There's no indication of what happened to the other 18 miners. I can guess. 6/1/1952, which I believe that's January 6th because of the way that this would be written because it is Canada. This is number 42. Minor medical report. Attending physician, Dr. N.H.F. Bowen. Medical report. Report follows the initial state of the 12 miners after the collapse of the mine and subsequent rescue at Blackwood Pines. Admittance. On receipt of the 12 patients at the sanatorium's medical facility, we had fully expected to find emaciated shells of men. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that word. Emaciated shells of men, starved and confused. Thankfully, the miners appear they use weird words. And relatively healthy, attributed to their apparent discovery of emergency food supplies in the mine. Yeah, emergency food supplies. Inhibited respiratory function was detected in a few of the older men, as predicted, as well as symptoms of pneumonia. psychologically after being trapped for 23 days. The shock of reintegration has been difficult for some of the group. Though their outward health is better than expected, they do seem affected by their time in the mine. Treatment. Due to the delicate nature of some of the patients, we have closed off a wing of the sanatorium. Psychological evaluations will take place as soon as possible. The men with respiratory problems have undergone a bronchoscopy? It should be bronchioscopy. Scopy. Anyway, an examination of the lungs. As we prescribed, a course of streptomycin, sorry. Dealing with strep throat, I guess? I ain't no doctor, but this sounds a little bit complicated. The others are simply kept under strict 24-hour observation, signed Dr. Nicholas Henry Fowlis Bowen. So we now know Dr. Bowen's full name. Cool. Alright. Oh, please, no more reading. It's been 11 minutes already on nothing but reading. So basically, these miners came back batshit insane and found quote-unquote emergency food supplies, which, i.e., the 18 other miners. I'm assuming. What would you do if you were trapped in a mine with 30 people, no food? Yeah. Just think about that for a second. Desperate times and all that. Alright, so it is giving me no ooh. Grab the machete! Don't be such a little bitch. Grab the machete.
Oh, shit. Gross.
Take it. Yes. Keep it for yourself. It will come in handy. How do you have a sheath for it? I want to... Okay. Okay. That's smart. Will that eventually cut itself? And you lose the machete? I've dealt with knives and machetes before. This looks like an open area. Clues? I don't like this. What's behind? Let's find out.
Oh, shit. Oh, what happened here?
Straining chair. Ugh.
Twisted fuckers like to watch, I guess.
I guess, but that is a sign of rectal bleeding, and rectal bleeding is never good in the middle of the woods in a old abandoned sanatorium that was abandoned in like 1964. That's not good. That's definitely not good. And probably not healthy for you. More blood. Can't tell what from, though. It's not, you know, dried up. It's actually recently fresh. So there has obviously been activity here since, you know, 1964, and, you know, since it was abandoned.
This is...
How many
what
days will
could-
they keep us here?
Who? Who the hell would it...
Well, from the reports, you're completely fucking psychotic, so I'd keep you there for the rest of your life if it were my choice. Nice doggy. Good, Fido? Reply immediately. Reporters and other snoopers to be kept away at all cost. Western Province
Gee, I wouldn't want press snooping around this
Telecommunications
paradise.
Company. Incident update: 12 survivors received at sanatorium showing signs of mental trauma. May need to contain local press. Now have scent of blood becoming a problem. Please advise further. Telegram! Alright. That's never good. Alright, let's go see if that dog is a nice doggy. Ooh. Interesting. Now is that real human bone? So the dog had to have passed that hallway and that light to cast a shadow. Where is... I don't like that. What is that? Looks like a human hand. So that's where the chair is. Nothing on this side of the wall. Let's go ahead and check out Mr. Hansy. That looks like a real human hand. I'm not down for this. You look a little bit worried. Are you trying not to look it in the eye? Come on. Now, obviously it wants me to go over there, but I'm gonna do some snooping. What's in that pill bottle? If we've learned anything from The Last of Us, pill bottles are vastly important. And I don't like all the chains that are wrapped around here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is this what he was feeding them?
The dogs are... Oh, I need to grab it right now. That was a bad idea. Don't cut. Pry. Pry. Please tell me you're gonna just pry it. Open bear trap. You can save those fingers as long as you get them wrapped and splinted. Ah. Oh, it's gonna give me no choice. This is some crap. Open bear trap again. Come on. Got it. Release! Oh, scheiße. Can I restart? You're almost out. Let's try opening the bear trap again. Come on. If you know anything about bear traps, you would just press those little...
Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God.
If you knew anything about bear traps, you would just press down on each one of those sides using the machete as leverage. Press down on each one of the rings, especially the ring that was, you know, trapping your hand. Butterfly effect updated. Oh no. What's affected with the butterfly? At what price? Mike freed himself from the bear trap. Mike no longer has a usable machete. Machete. So nothing was coming for me after long. I'm sure that if you just grab a 2x4,
This place just gets better and better.
That doesn't look human. Yeah, that definitely looks strange. Now, if you just grab one of the 2x4s, it's too obvious to go to the one that's creaking open. If you just simply grab one of the 2x4s and use that as a weapon, that's a blunt force trauma. That'll help you probably better than a machete if you're warding off, you know, wild wolves or something like that. Grab that toe tag. So everything here, these tags, have to do with the head. Now, you would expect the tag that was connected to the arm to have something to do with the arm being severed. But all of these include trauma to the head. Attack by inmate, fatal bacteria, fatal laceration. Okay. So, dude attacked by another dude. Ooh, is there still a body in there? Alright, some old clothes. So you expect me to believe that this sanatorium was abandoned since the 60s, but still has working freezers in the morgue? I highly doubt that. Who found registration of death, medical certificate of death, named Smith, Sarah Smith, date of death February 24th, 1952. I hereby certify that I understand, or that from March 8th, 1951, February 24th, 1952, March 8th, 1951. Oh. That I attended. Okay. Body car, not. Body was not discovered until 6 to 8 hours after death. Sections of the intestines and kidneys were apparently eaten by the attacker. Keyword on eaten. Let's go ahead and see if we can read further into that death certificate. And this toe tag. Toe tag. A mortuary tag. The name on it reads Nicholas Bowen. Dr. Bowen? Emergency medical tag. Name Nicholas Bowen. Tagged date February 24th, 1952. Description. Attack by inmate. Fatal lacerations to the throat. So that was the doctor. That was Dr. Here's the medical notes. Go faster. If you remember from reading, signed Dr. Nicholas Henry Fowlis Bowen. Nicholas Bowen. That was Dr. Bowen. Update. What update? A map showing structural faults in the mine marked up by a mine engineer. It looks like the owners knew there was a risk of collapse. Update. According to the telegram, the owners were trying to cover this up. Restraining chair. Chair with leather straps to restrain a patient. There's blood on it. It looks like it was used as part of a weird experiment. How old's that blood? Telegram. Was able to read the whole telegram. a disfigured human head suspended in formaldehyde. A hastily written death certificate dated the 24th of February, 1952. It describes the body as partially eaten. Blech. Name of deceased, Sarah Smith. Date of death, February 24th, 1952. I hereby certify that I attended deceased from... Oh, that she was in the morgue from March 8th to February 24th. And last saw her alive on February 24th. Cause of death, severe lacerations to abdomen, intra-abdominal injuries, subsequent blood loss. If death was due to external causes, violence, fill in also the following: accident, suicide, or homicide. Homicide. Manner of injury, laceration by sharp implement, possibly fingernails. The box provided overleaf for any additional relevant information. Signed by Dr. Bowen. Address Blackwood Sanatorium. Date February 24th, 1952. In a verse, additional notes. Body was not discovered until 6 to 8 hours after the death. Sections of the intestine and kidneys were apparently eaten by the attacker. So, they mention a lot about the Native American culture and mythology. Well, in the Native American culture, if you partake in the eating of human flesh, you were considered a Wendigo, an eternal beast-like creature, often depicted with deer horns, like deer antlers. But you are eternal. You have... I can't remember the whole story of the Wendigo. But you're eternal. You have, you know, basically you're damned to live a life of sorrow and sadness. No. This body has not been here since 1952. I refuse to believe it.
Fucking sick.
That doesn't look human. That's not good. Punch card.
Okay, let's check this out.
Oh. Can I close that back up? Ugh. Yep. He's definitely dead. That body would also be way more decayed if it was really from 1952. That is sick. Chopper punch card locked. Dink. Take the card with you. There you go. Good boy. Whew. But yeah, Legend of the Wendigo. You know, if you eat human flesh, you're essentially damned to roam all eternity looking for more human flesh. Disgusting, but seems like a pretty accurate description on what's going on here. There's a lot of strong hints of Native American culture. And... oh, motherfucker! That one was a good one. Yeah, not good. Chapel? Okay. That's good. He's locking Mike in. Or locking something else.
This is a quaint little
out.
psycho crib.
Psycho crib. Nice wordplay. Grab one of these damn 2x4s. Be a man. Two by four. Perfect blunt force trauma weapon. Wow, that is loud. So there was something up here that was glinting at me earlier. Right here.
Right. Back in here.
Literally, that was all for none. Oh, well, I do have the chapel key card now. So it wasn't technically all for nothing. But I digress. Let's go ahead and I think we have been over pretty much everything that we can be with 1952. We are missing one clue, clue 7, which is not found. But we have quite a bit of information about what happened in 1952, starting from cave mine to collapse. A administration note stating that they need to repair to rescue them. Broken camera found from an assaulted reporter. Medical notes about the survivors. There was 30 of them. 18 of them are missing, leaving 12 found. And then apparently some creepy stuff went on. How is the wall carving of how long are they going to keep us here? How is that not, one of the clues? But a restraining chair was used. Telegram about miners. So the people who own the Blackwood mines and the Blackwood Sanatorium are trying to keep the details of this mine collapse a secret. Because as this telegram indicates, according to the telegram, the owners were trying to cover this up because the owners knew there was a risk of collapse. And they sent miners in anyway. So we found a clue of a name tag with Dr. Nicholas Bowen. The only Nicholas Bowen that was mentioned. Name tag. Toe tag of, him supposedly being dead. Found a strange, disfigured human-like skull. Suspended in formaldehyde. And death certificate from the sanatorium staff. So, leads me to believe that a whole lot of bad stuff was going down. And my fingers are messed up. Oh, I can control where they look. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching episode 8 of Until Dawn. I will see y'all in the next episode.